Hello guys, and welcome back to Lena and James Family Adventures. Today I'm going to do a lasagna for you. I've got my ingredients here already, and I've actually already made the sauce, so I will just show you what I've got. So I've got some chopped onion, I've got some garlic, so I'm going to use that grater in a moment. I've got the beef mince, and I've got a sauce that I've already made. Now, sauce, literally all I did was use onions, carrots, and celery. Put that in a saucepan with a little bit of olive oil. I added some chopped cherry tomatoes and 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. I haven't seasoned it yet, so I'm going to do that when it goes in with the meat. So for the moment, all I'm going to do is get this going, really. So I'm going to turn you around, and I hope you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with a little bit of oil. I've got olive oil here, just a little bit. I'm going to turn on the hob. There we go. Right, we've got that set at number 4. We don't need it like really madly going for it. So we're just going to let this oil heat up a little bit. I'll just swish it around the wok a little bit. It doesn't take long to heat up the induction hob, to be honest. Basically, when you have pans that are induction hob compatible, on the bottom of the pan, you have got these little pictures. We are the middle one, which says induction. I don't know if you can see that very well. The best way to check if it doesn't have anything like this on is just get a magnet, and if it sticks to the pan, you know it's induction ready. That's the best way that I can show you. These are all induction ready, so that's fine. Right, we've got this heating up now, so I'm going to add some onions. So we'll get those in. It's just starting to sizzle, which is lovely. I love hearing that. There we go. Right, I don't need that knife. Well, I might do in a minute when I chop up the packet for my mince. But for now, I'm just going to let these onions do its thing. There we go. We just want to slightly cook these a little bit. It doesn't take long for garlic to cook, and I actually don't have a garlic press, so I will either grate it or I will chop it up. And today I've chosen to grate it. So there's my little grater, really handy tool to have. So I'm going to go straight in now and just grate it up. And then I'll just take that little end off. Oh, hello. Just dropped a bit there. Oh, gosh, you can smell that garlic, like, and I've just dropped it straight in the pan. How about that? Right, I'll take that little root end off. There we go, look. Now the garlic is in. Beautiful. There we go. Right, that can go straight in the sink. Right, we'll give this a nice little stir. As you can see, the onions are starting to cook nicely now. They're looking quite gluey, I would say the word is. So we are almost ready for the meat now. This meat is from the Co-op this time. It cost about £4 and it's 500 grams. It's 5% fat. So there won't be a lot of fat coming off this. You can use whatever meat you want. You can use pork. You can use pork and beef mixed together. It's entirely your choice at the end of the day. And you can use whatever percentage fat you prefer as well. So I'm just going to get into this packet. There we go, look. Right, we're going to toss that straight in. Right, pop that in there and just give my hands a quick wash. And there we go. Right, we'll give that a stir in 1 second. Just dry my hands. Okay, so here we go. Let me just turn that around there. Right, so far I've got it set on number 4. I will turn it down in a moment because it doesn't really need to be set any higher than 4. As you can hear, it's sizzling quite well. But I just want to get this meat broken down and browned off. And I have to keep swapping hands. And then I'll add the sauce and seasoning and it can just simmer. So we are nearly there. Swap hands again. Right. We're nearly there now, guys. So what I might do is go ahead with the seasoning. And we have got, well, we've got no salt left in there because that's all gone. But it's okay because we have some more pink Himalayan salt. So we're going to go in with this. Nice little, it does come out quite slowly, this one. And we would like some pepper. Let's get those seasonings in there. And I'm going to go in with some mixed herbs as well. There we go. Like I said, I didn't season the sauce, so this will be perfectly fine. There we go. It smells absolutely amazing. Oh, especially with those herbs as well. If you could smell this. Now we're nearly browned off. We're almost there. Just a little bit more. Yes. Yup. Right. Now this is coming on quite nicely. Okay, right. There's only ever so slight little pink left. So what I'm going to do now at this stage is I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to number 3. And I'm going to go in with the sauce that I made earlier. Now, I didn't blitz the sauce. I decided that we was going to keep it chunky because obviously, like, there's carrots in there as well. There's celery in there. And there's nice tomatoes in there. So that's going to all go in just like that. You can blitz it. You don't have to make your own sauce. If you don't want to, I mean, you could actually just buy a jar it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to let this mix together nicely and just simmer a little bit. Okay, because we want that sauce to heat up again. And it's looking amazing. And pop that there. Smells absolutely amazing. Right, let's give you a closer look. So here we have the mince that is still slightly pink, but it's almost brown now. You've got the carrots in there. You've got the celery in there. You've got the chunky tin tomatoes. And we have got the little cherry tomatoes as well that I chopped up, but I can't seem to find one. Because they're all mixed in together, but it's going to be an amazing sauce anyway. So I'm just going to sit now and just let that cook. So as soon as I'm ready to do something else, I'm going to make the white sauce as well, and I will bring you back for that. But for now, this just needs to cook down a little bit. So I will bring you back as soon as I am ready. So I will see you very shortly, guys. Bye-bye for now. Hi guys, and welcome back. This mixture, the lasagna mixture, has been simmering away nicely now for a short while. What I'm going to do now is make the white sauce. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that I've got. That's the sauce for the moment, with the meat in it, as you can see. It's a nice chunky one. Right, so to make the white sauce, we've got some butter, plain flour, and we've got some milk. I'm not actually going to do estimates or anything. I'm just going to go in with what I think is going to be enough, which I know doesn't help. Let me just turn that so you can see what I am doing. Right, so we're going to start with the butter. This is willow butter, as you can see. So I'm going to turn this on, and we're going to start at number 4. Right, so said butter, we're going to pop some in, nice dollop there, and I'll just add a smidge more. Now I want that to melt, obviously, which it will. Get rid of that. And we want to get ready for the flour. Okay, so you kind of like want to do this by eye if you don't measure anything out. You can just go ahead and Google how to make a bechamel sauce, how to make a white sauce. It's entirely up to you. And then it will give you the proper estimates. But when you do it and you can see doing it by eye, it actually does help, because you kind of know when to start adding milk and things like that, which I will show you, so you kind of like get an idea. So this butter is now almost melted. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it down now to number 3, right? Now at this stage, I'm going to start adding my flour. So I'm going to start by adding 2. Now we want to whisk this as soon as possible. And what you're looking for is when it comes together and it looks like a paste. And I will show you that in a moment, but you need to get in there and whisk it. Do not let it sit, because it will just burn and you'll just end up with a mess. So we're just adding this now. Okay. I'm going to give this a nice good mix, because we need to cook that flour off. Now what you end up with is this, which is fine because it's kind of like what you want anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and put the milk in, and I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Okay, but honestly, keep whisking, because if you don't, you're going to get lumps. You do not want a lumpy white sauce. And this will start to thicken quite quickly because obviously with the flour in there. Now it's literally a white sauce. There's no lumps in there at all. I'm going to add a bit more milk, and then I'll decide the consistency of what I want. We're nearly there, guys. We don't need a lot of white sauce, to be fair. Right, because I know there's no lumps in there now, I'm just going to let that bubble while I give the sauce a nice stir. It smells absolutely amazing, it really does. It can take a while to make lasagna from scratch. If you're making the sauce yourself, if you're making the white sauce yourself, it can take a while. But, you know, it is worth it at the end. It really is. But we are nearly there now. I've already preheated my oven, and I've preheated this to 180. And that is going to be the temperature it's going to stay on. If you feel that it's not thick enough, then you could add some more flour. But the best way to do it is to get a glass, put in a little bit of flour, a bit of water, and then pour it in little bit by little bit. If you just chuck flour into this now, it's going to be lumpy. And we don't need lumps. Absolutely not. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk because I want a fair amount of sauce. Okay. I will add a little bit more flour just to show you. So I'll get like a glass. So I've turned that up a little bit so we can get it hot again. So let me just grab a fork. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit like how you would do corn flour. But obviously I'm not using corn flour. So I've got my cup. I'm going to put in a little bit of flour. You don't have to use all of it. Add a bit of water. And then give this a mix. And mix it and mix it and mix it. This is a good way of doing it. So there's no lumps. And then add a little bit more just to thin it down slightly. And then add that straight in little bit by little bit. See? I know you can't see that, but there is no lumps in there. It's just flour, floury water. And that will act like, it basically acts like corn flour, to be fair. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk. We are getting there with the sauce though. It's looking incredible. So I probably won't even need that, to be fair. But I just thought I'd show you that is another method. If you don't have corn flour, if you don't have arrowroot, don't panic. Natural, you know, it's like a natural thickening agent is the plain flour. But this is coming on quite nicely now. So I'll add a little bit more milk. And I just did this by eye. I didn't weigh anything out. I literally just did it by eye. I am going to add a little bit of grated cheese because I would like it to be like a cheesy sauce. But it's looking good. And that's how you make it from scratch, basically. Right, so I don't need that. I don't need that now. So I'm going to move that to one side. But don't let it sit for too long without stirring it, because if you do, it will suddenly just thicken and you'll be scratching it off the bottom of the pan. And trust me, you don't want to be doing that. Right, so I'm going to turn that down now. I'm going to take it off the heat and I'm just going to add a little bit of grated cheese. Now, this cheese is from Lidl. It's grated cheese. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, let me just show you. Look at my fingers. They're a bit dusty. And the reason for that is because grated cheese, when they make it, they add a caking agent. And they do that so it doesn't stick together or it doesn't go off as quick. Now, the easiest thing to do if you're going to want to make your sauce is to just have a block of cheddar and just grate it yourself. I don't have any cheddar, hence why I'm doing this. I do have Parmesan cheese, but I'd rather save that for the top, to be fair. Right, so that's that. Look at my fingers now, look at them. Look at all that floury stuff. So we're going to mix this in, look, and that is your cheesy sauce. The only lumpy bits in there is the cheese that I've literally just added. And that is a nice cheese sauce. You can continue to thin it down with milk. It really doesn't matter. You can have it as thick or as thin as you want, but that's really it. That's how easy it is to make sauce. I'm going to season it now. Just going to add a little bit of pepper and I'm going to add just a smidge of garlic granules. Now, this is my preference. You don't actually have to add this. Pepper will do, chives, anything, parsley, whatever you want. Now, that's a nice sauce and I'm quite happy with that. And it smells lovely. So, that's that. So what I think we should do now is probably start building this lasagna up. So here's my Pyrex dish. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Right, so it's all off now. I'm going to move this over here. And we're going to start by putting a little bit of the sauce in the bottom. And the reason we do this is because it helps the bottom sheet to cook effectively. Because you don't want a hard bum. You really don't. So you just add a little bit of sauce to the bottom. There we go. Just so it cooks nicely. Right. And that is literally it. Look. It's just a small amount of sauce. Nothing extravagant. Nothing too much. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the sheets in. These are lasagna sheets from the Co-op. They are hard. You can buy like the fresh ones, which is always handy. But I'm just going to put 2 in. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some of that lovely sauce in there. So I'm just going to get rid of my whisk. I don't need that now. Rightio. And here is that lovely sauce. Look at it. How nice is that? Right. Let's just put a nice layer on. Okay. There we go, look. A nice layer. What beautiful sauce. You can put as much or as little as you want. Okay, and then we're going to go back in with the sauce meat. Okay, so we're going to layer that on top. There we go. It looks and smells amazing already. It really does. You want to get right into the corners as well, because you want each piece of those lasagna sheets to be cooked. The last thing you want is to be biting a crusty bit, because you don't want to crack a tooth. So let's get that in there. Okay. Now, because we have quite a lot of sauce, and we do have a lot of sauce, I might go in with a little bit more. So, and the sauce, this white sauce and the tomato-based sauce that we made earlier, it is going to help cook the pasta as well. So don't worry about it. It's all going to be amazing. Got some nice, lovely layers going on here. And we're going to go back in with the sheets again. So we'll pop one there and one there. Okay. And back on with this meat sauce. This smells amazing. It really does. I can't tell you how much it smells so nice. I did add a beef stock as well. You can add whatever you like. You don't have to add it at all, but I did. So I'm going to go in with the last little bit now of this. Okay. Now this is making one lasagna. There we go. Right, that's that. Now, do I go in with some more of these lovely pasta sheets? You know, I think I might actually. I'll do one more. And then we can use the rest of that lovely white sauce. Waste not. Let's not waste anything. Right, like I said, the sauce is going to help everything cook. So we're going to go straight on top with that beautiful sauce. And it's a nice cheesy sauce as well. Oh gosh. There's literally not much left now. You couldn't make two out of this, but oh, it's amazing. And then spread it out nicely. Oh, look at that. And then the last thing to do is to go on with a little bit of cheese on the top, which I will do in a moment, but I just want to scrape all this sauce out. It's the best part, you know. Look at that. Let's not waste anything. I don't think I can scrape anymore, guys. Right, there we go. Look at that. It's beautiful. That is beautiful. Right, so we've done that. So I'm just going to go with a little bit of this on top. Okay. Just a little bit. I'm not going to go over the top because I want to use the Parmesan as well. So we'll just put a nice little slight layer on. There we go. Look. Right, I shall grab the Parmesan cheese and we'll put some of that on top. And it will be ready to go in the oven. There you are, my little friend. Come hither. Right, here we have the Parmesan. So I've got my little grater back. I've just washed it. It's nice and clean. Let's make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, so it's a bit of sponge fluff there. There we go, it's gone now. Right, so here is the Parmesan. This is also from the Co-op, and it is 18 months matured. Smells beautiful. And that's going to go on top as well. Again, you can add as much or as little as you want, but we like our Parmesan cheese. So we're going to go for it. Beautiful. It's so beautiful. Right, that'll do nicely, guys. So, let me just get rid of this. Well, not get rid of it. Can't get rid of this. Crikey, no. Right, so here we have the lasagna. Look at those beautiful layers. And that's what's on top. Beautiful. It's going to stay in this tin. Hi, guys, and welcome back for the final time. Now, I'm going to take the lasagna out the oven. I took the lasagna out 10 minutes ago, took the foil off, and put it back in. So the cheese is nice and melted and it's nice crispy brown. So I'm going to take it out the oven now. I'm going to pop you there. Right. Excuse me. Let's get this out. Oh, look at that. Let's turn this off. Right, let's get a closer look, shall we?
Wow.
Look at that. All that beautiful cheese, golden brown. It looks absolutely delicious.
And bubbling.
And bubbling, right. Of course, I'm going to have to cut into it, aren't I? So I've got my spatula at the ready. I've got my plate at the ready. And we are going to, oh, my goodness me. It just cuts straight in. And that cheese. Are we ready? Oh, I'm going to have to hold it because... Oh, I'm making a right mess here. Look at that. Oh, you can't see, can you? I'll turn you around in a minute. Oh, it's beautiful, guys. My goodness me. Let me just pop that there. I've just messed up my tea towel, but it's okay. Look at it. Oh, and that's the homemade sauce. And I will leave the recipe in the description for that beautiful sauce. Oh my gosh. Oh, amazing. Right, I need to get a fork because I want to see how well. Oh, and that pasta, look at it. Just falls apart. Now I know this is going to be really hot, so please don't burn my mouth. Please don't burn my mouth. Oh, it's really hot.
Oh, yes, I am. I made it for you, but I have to eat it. So,
That is amazing. Just look, just watch this pasta. Just look at that. Look how easy it breaks apart. Oh my God, I'm going to have to go in again, guys. One more time. That is amazing. You can taste that sauce as well. That lovely cheese sauce that I made. It's absolutely beautiful. Really, guys, please, you have got to make this. Look at that lasagna. And there's going to be loads left over. Excuse me. You can freeze it. It's not a problem. You can freeze that. But look how perfect that is. Oh, it's so tasty. It's so... Oh, it's nice. It is so nice. You've got to do this. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. You've got to give it a go.
I can't wait to try it.
Yes. We've got some garlic bread on the side, and I will put that on there shortly. But I just want to show you what garlic bread we actually use, okay? And what we use is this one. It's from the Co-op. Ready to share garlic ciabatta breadsticks with garlic, parsley and extra virgin olive oil. Now, the reason why we buy this one quite a lot is because obviously our eldest is allergic to milk, and nearly any garlic bread you buy from the shop, it contains milk. And that's probably because of the butter that they use. Whereas this one is used with oil instead. So it means he can eat it, which is great. I could make my own, but, you know, I've done so much today. I'm just not going to do it. But anyway, I really hope that you give this a try. I really do. It is such an amazing dish. And yes, it probably did take long to do because I made the sauce and then I made the white sauce. But it is worth it. It really is. So I really hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I hope you give it a thumbs up and I hope you guys subscribe. And thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed so far. We absolutely appreciate it. It really helps us out. So we are going to see you in the next vlog. We're going to enjoy our food now. And we will see you guys soon. So have a good night. We love you a lot. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.